Hello, good afternoon, and welcome again to another episode of Voice of the Valley. Again, I am T.R. Edwards, principal at River Valley High School in Bidwell, Ohio, and today we're going to focus on some of our initiatives that relate to community, and we're excited to share some of those initiatives and what we're doing related to input and gathering a school advisory council, as well as our newly established River Valley High School Alumni Association. Please stay around and join us for that. Hi, good evening, or good afternoon, I should say. Again, I'm T.R. Edwards, principal at River Valley High School in Bidwell, Ohio, and we're excited to bring you another episode of Voice of the Valley. On today's episode, we're going to speak with a community member and alumnus of River Valley High School, and our whole episode is going to be focusing on community. So first of all, I want to thank the University of Rio Grande. They do an excellent job, the television studio staff here, and our collaboration on many different programs and projects. We appreciate the support of the University of Rio Grande. Especially appreciate all the work that Mike does here, Mike Thompson, and bringing us in and continuously letting us get our message out to the community. So thank you again to the University of Rio Grande. One of the first things I want to talk about today is the work that has been going on with the community teacher-based team, community and data team at River Valley High School, part of the Ohio improvement process, as well as the initiative for Leader in Me. We are working within teacher-based teams and focusing on different things for our school improvement, as well as finding ways for everyone to be a leader in the school, including opportunities for students and student leadership. Each of those, we have different teams of teachers, and then we have, coinciding with that, different student-based teams, and there's students that lead those teams. Going back to what I mentioned before, our community teacher-based team has some exciting programs and plans that they've been working on to gain more community support. As you know, the River Valley High School community is made up of several different small communities from around the northern portion and central portion of Gallia County, the Gallia County Local School District. So our first initiative, and hopefully you will help us by taking part in our survey, is we're going to be sending a survey out very soon. And in that survey, we're going to ask community members, not only the parents of current students, also parents of former students, and as well as just community members that have a genuine interest in our students and our school success. We're going to be asking those members from communities such as Addison, Bidwell Porter, Centerville, Cheshire, Ewington, Kerr, Morgan Center, Southwestern Patriot area, Cadmus, Vinton, Woods Mill, and also those students who are open enrollment, to identify which community best fits your location. And we're going to challenge our community members to identify at least 2 to 3 members from the area of the community they work in that would be excellent representatives for their community area to work with River Valley High School, and we will create our first community-based school advisory council. So again, we will be asking for your support. That survey will be going out. We'll push it out through our Facebook page. If you haven't liked our Facebook page, I encourage you to look up River Valley High School and like that Facebook page, as well as our Facebook page for River Valley High School Athletics. Our students are doing great things, and we love to showcase those great things that they're doing. So keep up to date with all those accomplishments of our students by liking our Facebook page. This survey that I just spoke about will be shared through the Facebook page as well as our website. So if you would, please take that survey, and also encourage your neighbors to please also take that survey. In addition to nominating those representatives, we want your feedback. We want to know how you feel River Valley is doing in sharing information about school events. Do you believe, or is it your experience that River Valley High School is preparing graduates for either college or work after high school? Do you feel that River Valley has a genuine interest in the well-being of all students? Do you feel that we treat all students fair and equal? Does your family feel welcome at River Valley High School? All of those are areas that we want to improve in, and we really need your support to help us continuously improve. So speaking of improving and community support, I'd like to welcome our first guest here today. And with me I have Eric Whitt. And welcome to the show today, Eric.
Thank you, TR. Appreciate to be here.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you're able to come out today. And this is a little different today. Usually I try to say, you know, are you sure I can't fit one more student? You know, because we have great things happening at River Valley High School. I want to showcase as many students as I have. But there has been work over the summer that's been a great thing that you've been involved in. So can you tell us a little bit about what that great thing is?
Yes, TR. We have actually, at River Valley High School, along with TR's help and several others, we have started a River Valley High School Alumni Association, finally, as TR and I have talked about before. We are in our, I believe, 27th, 28th year of existence. And really, we just kind of looked around, saw a lot of the other schools in the area already had alumni association, and basically my thought was it's time for River Valley High School to have an alumni association. So we're very excited to get that started. We've actually got that started already, and we're going to continue to throw stuff out there to get it rolling.
So you mentioned about, you know, what year we are in River Valley High School, and of course we had the old building that began up in Cheshire, and then, you know, we were very fortunate that our community supported our schools, and we have beautiful facilities now, and those opened in fall of 2009, but the first graduating class was the class of 1993. So it is fun, and it's been fun to connect with a lot of people of the graduates, and many of them are starting to have their own children come back through the school, and it's just neat for them to share stories about what's happening. So you were a part of that process, and what is your role in the Alumni Association right now?
I am the Alumni Association Board President.
Okay, and congratulations on that. And I know that this is an area that's been very, very passionate to you. It holds a special place in your heart, and I really appreciate the work that you've done with establishing the River Valley High School Alumni Association. So when was the first activities, when did they really start with the Alumni Association?
We've been basically coming together to get the Alumni Association together since probably late of last year, I believe. Then we kind of organized, had our board that we put together that got everything started. We came up with bylaws, we came up with a constitution for the Alumni Association, 501c3, which you have to be for a nonprofit organization. And then really that's when we started to get everything together, and we need to push this out here. We need to get members. We need to bring in alumni. We've got everything established. And really our first kickoff, TR, happened here just a couple weeks ago during homecoming at River Valley. It actually began on Wednesday night, the homecoming parade. The Alumni Association was there. We had a tent set up. We actually, I believe, got several alumni to sign up for the association, and then also we were passing out free bottled water for everybody participating in the homecoming parade. And then our big thing was 2 nights later on Friday night, the homecoming game, which, by the way, the Raiders won over Megs 41-25. I'll get that in there. And our big thing was we had, again, our tent set up, all of our information. We were able to sign, I think, close to 15 to 20, I want to say, more alumni that night, or maybe all total between the 2 nights. And we had a free cookout. We had hot dogs, drinks, and chips. And then, of course, we had a table set up inside the stadium. So just a great night all around. And we continue to need more River Valley alumni to sign up. And we have more things to come as well. This was our kickoff around homecoming week.
So one of the questions that I want to ask, and I was part of that in there, but for our viewers, I want to make sure to clarify. You had mentioned that there was a board that is established, and why was that board, or has that board already been established?
Well, basically what we came up with is we got a group of people together, as you said, you included, TR, that we wanted to kind of come up with ideas and get this alumni association started and off the ground. And what it's actually turned into is those 5 people actually became our first governing board, or whatever board, I guess is what you want to call it. And basically, in order to establish our bylaws, our constitution, and then also get our 501c3 established, we had to have a board of directors, I think is more the proper term.
Right.
So those were the 5 that started it, and those are your 5 board members currently.
Right. So and then the number of board members will expand to 8. Am I correct?
Nine. Yes,
Okay.
9. Yeah.
Those were just initial stages, and I know myself serving as treasurer for right now, those were just things we had to get in place to be able to establish our 501c3 so that we're a nonprofit, establish a bank account, and all of those, I'll say, business aspects of it.
Yes.
But definitely, we are looking for alumni to come in and fill some of those roles and become involved. And you talked a little bit about the parade and also the game that night, and yes, it was a great game that night. I want to commend our high school football team, and the boys really did play hard that night. It was a hard played game.
Yes, they did.
But on the parade, several people talk about that parade. And it's a parade homecoming parade that goes through Bidwell, but several people comment about the spirit and just the sense of community that happens that night. And it was great that the River Valley High School Alumni Association could be part of that night, and hopefully it'll become a staple of that night, that handing out some bottled water, free bottled water to the people coming out just to watch the parade. So that's pretty exciting. So if there's an alumnus that's watching this right now, what kind of options do they have for membership, and why should they become a member?
Well, basically, what we have in our bylaws, constitution, is we have a few different ways you can become a member. Obviously, the number one way to become a member is you are an alumni of River Valley High School. You graduated from River Valley High School. We also, TR, in our bylaws, constitution, we have another way to become a member. The spouse of a River Valley alumni can also become a member as well. And then also we have a third step where if you have been involved or you have been any way associated with River Valley High School throughout its history. Of course, we're talking about teachers as well. That's a big part. Big part for me. I wanted to make sure that when we started this alumni association, the teachers that I remembered having at River Valley could be a part of this as well. But those are kind of the 3 steps to become a member. As for becoming a member, we have an application that you can fill out. Right now what we have is a $20 annual membership.
Right.
And then we also, for those of you that would like to, that are willing, we have a $200 lifetime membership. And what that means is you pay the $200 and you are set for what hopefully is a long, long rest of your life. You won't need to pay the $20 every year. Now, if you want to do just the $20, that's fine. Right. We want members of the Alumni Association.
Right. And you mentioned that there were 3 different ways that you can become involved in the Alumni Association. And one of our board members is involved and has been a Raider supporter for as long as the Raiders have been around, and that is Mrs. Patricia Stout. She's been an excellent member of our board and is always wanting to support and look for ways that she can support the Raiders, just like she always has since 1992-93.
Yes.
So we're very excited and proud that Mrs. Stout has become a member herself, a lifetime member, and
Yes.
is part of that. Maybe we should talk a little bit about, we also have two other members. We mentioned both of us, but of course we just now mentioned Mrs. Stout as a member of the initial board. Who are the other two members of our board?
Well, Mrs. Stout, as you just mentioned, Patricia Stout, but we're going to call her Mrs. Stout because that's what she's always been to us.
I can't call her anything other than that.
Absolutely, yeah,
She is Mrs. Stout.
Yes, she is. I don't know who this Patricia person is actually. Yeah, Mrs. Stout is our secretary. As TR mentioned, TR is the treasurer of the board. I mentioned I'm the president. We also have Aaron Walker, who is a River Valley alum of class of 2001, as is TR. Aaron is our historian. And then we also have Jamie Wellington, who's also class of 2001, and Jamie is our vice president. So those are our five board members that we have to start this. And as TR mentioned a little bit ago, well, we'll get into that as well. Later on, we could possibly have up to 9 board members, but those are your 5 board members that have got it started and up running off the ground.
So we talked a little bit ago about the $20 annual membership and the $200 lifetime. What benefit do the students of River Valley High School and our association get out of those dues? What are we planning on using that money to go toward?
Well, obviously, there's several different things we're looking at. Number one, first and foremost, and this is throughout all the other alumni association, that I've seen, whether it's Jackson, Meg's, all the other locals, is we want to establish a River Valley High School Alumni Association scholarship. And that will be given to at least one, maybe multiple, two current River Valley seniors that are graduating, and we want to get that started so these seniors have an opportunity to have another scholarship at the end of the year, and we're hoping to get that started. I shouldn't say hoping, we are getting that started with this coming senior class in 2020. That's our ultimate goal, is to start a scholarship fund. And then also secondary to that is just to bring back that Raider pride and have a place for alumni to come together and reestablish with each other. And obviously by doing that, we would like to have anywhere from 2 to 3 to 4 events throughout the year, whether it's homecoming, and then definitely, hopefully, we're hoping in the springtime have like a big maybe alumni banquet or alumni event toward the spring to bring everybody together. But those are the main things that we want to do. But obviously the scholarship fund is our absolute top goal with this, to give a River Valley student that opportunity to have a scholarship to further their career beyond being a Raider.
Right. So we talked about at the beginning, whenever we're looking at homecoming and the activities with homecoming and bringing people back, and at the end of the year, the activities with the scholarships, and then also we've talked about like in a sense, a send-off to the graduating class where the alumni can begin to collaborate with those seniors that are getting ready to graduate. In the middle of the year, in January, we talked about the importance of adding some more people onto our board. In January, we're going to be having our general annual meeting.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about what the purpose of the annual meeting and kind of what maybe people can expect at that?
Yes. Well, obviously, because of annual, each year, and I believe we've just established it in January, we'll have an annual meeting. This is where, especially this first one coming up here in January of 2020, where we will be able to elect up to 4 more board members for that total of 9. Basically, what that meeting will be, that is the establishing meeting for each year of the Alumni Association. And basically what will happen at this meeting, this is a meeting where anyone that is a member can come. They will be able to vote on stuff, whether it's what's going on in that year in the future, and also that'll kind of be what we get started for what we're planning for that particular year, and that'll just continue on 2021, 2022, and so on.
And with now the number of graduates that have went through River Valley High School, I can only imagine the creativity and the ideas that they will come up with, because one of the things that I have seen as a student, a teacher, and an administrator at River Valley High School is the sense of community and sense of family. Since we were established, and you can speak to this some maybe as well, but when we were established in 1992-93, Mr. Patrick Stout, one of his pushes was that we were a family. And he did an excellent job then to bring us together, and I think the staff, teachers, support staff since then, and community members have really worked to continue on that sense of family at River Valley High School. So I'm excited to see all the ideas and the collaboration that comes out of that, and see where it goes from there.
Yes.
Okay. So again, it's going to be very important that people can become involved. If they just want to see what it's like for a year, they can have a $20 annual membership. And see how they can become involved in all the events and activities that we can come up with. Anything else you'd like to share about the Alumni Association, Eric?
I just, like TR said, if there are any River Valley alumni watching and you want to be a part of this, we would absolutely love to have you, whether it's the $20 annual fee, or obviously we would be quite happy with the $200 lifetime fee. But just for me personally, I have been at River Valley. My 8th grade year was the first year of River Valley. So other than 1 year, I have been part of River Valley since the beginning. I hope that I'm a person that shows that Raider pride. My love for River Valley, again, has gone on for close to 30 years, and I just hope that we can bring in the alumni and bring back, and not that it ever left, but bring back solidify that Raider pride that I know we can do as a school. Again, my love for River Valley continues on and always will. I have my wife teaches in the county system, and then also my son will be a future Raider as well. So it just my Raider pride overflows, so to speak. So also real fast, TR, for those that want to join, you can find us on Facebook. We have a Facebook page. Search for River Valley High School Alumni Association. I think at RVHS Alumni, you can find us on Facebook as well. We've got all the information there, and also have a copy of our bylaws, constitution, and the application form is on our Facebook page as well.
So that's great to know. That's a way that they can get the application. Also, you can mail in that application if you'd like. We have a P.O. Box right in downtown Bidwell, P.O. Box 142 in Bidwell, Ohio, 45614. You can also see any of the board members, the current beginning board members, which consist of Eric, myself, Dr. Jamie Wellington, Mr. Aaron Walker, or Mrs. Patricia Stout, and we can get that form to you and make sure that you understand how you can become involved in the River Valley High School Alumni Association. So, Eric, I think I'm excited to get our message out, and hopefully our viewers that are alumni themselves will decide to become involved in our Alumni Association.
Yes.
And we hope that you guys can share your ideas, and also with that community team, share how we can improve and gain some support from the community with the direction that they would like to see River Valley High School go, and again, continue that family atmosphere. So anything before we sign off, Eric?
I think that's, again, if any alumni are watching, please sign up. We will glad you take you on. And again, our biggest main goal of this, the money that you will be spending to become a member on your application, the absolute main goal will be to support future River Valley students by having a River Valley High School Alumni Association scholarship. Okay,
so I'd like to thank you all for watching our episode of Voice of the Valley this afternoon. Hopefully you will continue to join us as we share out our message and the activities of the students that the students are completing at River Valley High School. And until next time, I thank you, and this is Voice of the Valley.